Welcome to Vikings basketball with head coach Jase Coburn. The Portland State Vikings are back home at Viking Pavilion this week. They've been gone for a couple of weeks. They're happy to be home. The stretch run is beginning in Big Sky play, and the really good news for the Vikings, Coach Coburn, 5 out of the final 7 games at home, and this is a place where you played very, very well this year.
Yeah, we're really excited to be home. I feel like we've been on the road for a month. We were on that Montana trip, which is always one of the hardest trips of the year, and came back for probably 48 hours, and then we were back out again. So, being on the road always gives us an opportunity to get closer as a team, but at the same time, we love being at home, playing in front of our fans. So we're definitely excited to be back home.
All right. Since the last time the Vikings were home, they played 4 on the road. They won 1 out of the 4. But they have played very, very well. Coach, you've gotten great individual performances. You had Terry Miller had a back-to-back 25-point games. Keont Myers had a 28-point game. Isaiah Johnson, a great game and a win at Idaho, 22 points, 7 rebounds. Trevon Minot, a great game up at Eastern Washington last Saturday. You've seen individuals play very, very well. I think maybe the one thing that might have been missing a little bit, and you tell me if I'm wrong, maybe consistency up and down the lineup, everybody on a given night, and that probably made it a little harder for you on the road.
Yeah, I mean, that one of the greatest things about our team is it could be anybody on any given night. Jalen Henderson had some good games on the road too, and so did Cole Farrell, and Kelsey Phipps brought some really good energy to the last couple games, and so it can really be anybody on any given night, along with the guys that you had mentioned earlier. But at the same time, we all know when we get it clicking, and it's everybody's night, we're very dangerous. So, that'll come. We still got 7 games left. We want to be playing our best basketball down the stretch. So, every game is a learning opportunity. We're going to continue to grow and progress every single game and get better down this back stretch. So we'll get everybody clicking, though.
Well, the good news for the Vikings is they left town in 3rd place. They returned to town in 3rd place, so that's good. Haven't lost your positioning, very, very important as we head toward the Big Sky tournament. Currently 6-5 in Big Sky play, tied with Idaho State. Idaho just a half game behind, but the really, really amazing thing between positions 3 and 8, only a game and a half separate those 6 teams. That just tells you how important these games are.
Yeah, I mean, every single game is important. We know that. Our next game is our most important game. Thursday night is going to be a really important game for us. But at the same time, we're just going to look at ourselves and not look about what's going on around us because we can't control that. I always think it's funny when people are like, well, who do you want to win out of so-and-so and so-and-so? Well, I got absolutely zero control over what happens in that game. So, I'm not going to spend time in my mind worrying about the results of other games. So we're just going to worry about what we got to do. And that's continue to get better and play our brand of basketball and continue to play as a team and like I said, get this thing rolling down the back stretch.
All right, and the results here at Viking Pavilion have been excellent. As I mentioned, Portland State 8-1 at home this year. The really remarkable thing, in 6 of those games, the Vikings led wire to wire. In fact, Coach, I looked it up, 360 minutes of basketball here in the Pavilion this year. You've only trailed in 30 of those 360 minutes. What's the secret to playing so well at home?
I think first and foremost, it's our fans when they come out and support. And I mean, this place gets really loud and very passionate. Obviously I'm a passionate coach and we're a passionate team. We play with a lot of emotion. We kind of feed off of it really at home. So, it's always a good opportunity to be at home and being able to stay within our process at home. And get on a routine at home. So we're really excited to be back home. I mean, I feel like it's been a really long time. So let's get after it on Thursday.
Well, it's game number 25 coming up on Thursday night. It'll only be home game number 10, but those numbers will start to even out as we play a lot of home games here down the stretch. Thursday night, it's Northern Arizona. Coach, you guys won down in Flagstaff last month, 80-69. And really the keys, Northern Arizona's got a couple superstars. They have Trenton McLaughlin, who ranks 3rd in the nation in scoring over 21 points a game. Carson Tout leading the nation in rebounding, 13 per game. The takeaway from Northern Arizona is you did a great job on McLaughlin, held him to 7 points. I'm sure that's going to be really key again this week.
I mean, he's a tremendous player. He's a tremendous scorer, and so, we got to try and be able to repeat that performance because obviously, when he's scoring that ball, they're really tough to beat. So, we got to come up with another game plan again to be able to try and take some things away and do some of that again. And then, like you mentioned, Tout is awesome on the glass and plays really hard and runs the floor. And there's a bunch of stuff that he does that contributes to winning. So, we need to be ready for the matchup. And they have other guys too that are really talented players also. So, but we need to be up for the challenge. And they're always going to be a difficult team to play. They're always going to be hard to play, especially when you got two guys like that. And then, some other guys around them too. So we just need to be ready to roll.
I know you said after that game, Jalen Henderson did a great job on McLaughlin, but I have to believe it's a team effort that can kind of keep a guy under wraps the way you did.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously he had a great individual performance, on the defensive end for us that night, but it's also a team game. We were trying to do some other things too there. That everybody needed to be locked in on. So, we'll see. We'll see what the game plan calls for this specific game because every game is different. So, but we'll be locked in and ready to roll.
All right. Well, it's no surprise that Northern Arizona has a rebounding margin of +8, which is pretty remarkable in college basketball. You can point at Carson Tout. He had 19 rebounds against the Vikings. What makes him such a great rebounder? Or maybe the better question is, what do the Vikings have to do to limit him a little bit on the glass?
Yeah, I think he's got a great energy and focus. I think a lot of rebounding is focusing, not forgetting to rebound, and he doesn't forget to rebound on any single possession. I'm sure it's on his mind every single time the shot goes up, whether it's on the offensive end or defensive end, because he's trying to pursue the ball every single time. So it takes great discipline to be a great rebounder. It's not just about how tough and physical. It takes a lot of discipline to be a good rebounder. So with that said, our discipline's got to be great too, because we got to know that he's going to the glass every single time. So, we got to be a really good disciplined team and team rebound.
All right, and then Saturday, the Vikings hosting Northern Colorado, best record in the Big Sky, 18-7 overall, 10-2 in conference play, and you played them really close in Greeley. In fact, it was a back-and-forth game down the stretch, losing that one 72-69. So you're right there with them. Talk a little bit about Northern Colorado and the challenge they bring.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've had a really good conference season, and they've got a really good overall record, and they got a lot of talent that plays really well together. They got a lot of really good pieces that contribute to them, and they're winning. They've got a great bench. Guys come off the bench who can really score it, and obviously their starting group is really good. So they've been a really challenge for everybody in the league this year. So it'll be a fun game on Saturday, but we're looking forward to the challenge.
All right. Again, the Vikings are in third place in the Big Sky. They want to maintain that, build on it, maybe scare those teams in first and second. Coach, what's going to be the key for you these two games and as we finish out the regular season schedule?
Yeah, I think the most part is sticking to our identity, being who we are, and continuing to improve on that. I think we can get better here down this back stretch, and not just kind of just say, okay, this is what the schedule is and let's just ride it out. I mean, we're going to push to get better here towards the end and playing our best basketball going into the conference tournament. So I think that, practice today is important, practice tomorrow is important. Obviously the game on Thursday is important, and then, taking it one day at a time. But we just got to continue to get better every single day.
All right, the Vikings are home this week at Viking Pavilion. Thursday night against Northern Arizona, 7 p.m. Saturday, Northern Colorado, 2 p.m. Come on down and see the Vikings right here in the Ship. It gets loud, it gets exciting. Big Sky basketball is an awful lot of fun. For all your information on Vikings basketball, go to GoVikes.com.